Through the years, Hearthstone has made many legendary cards. Some have been amazing, and others, well, not so much. If you don't know, I've played this game since it came out and still have some of my favorite decks from years past in my deck list. So, in no particular order, I wanted to talk about my favorite legendary Hearthstone cards that I've enjoyed playing over the years. The first card I want to talk about is Zephyrs the Great. Overall, I really think this is a good card and I think most people would agree. He's really good at giving you the answers that you're looking for, but sometimes he'll give you 3 choices that don't make sense or won't help you in your current situation. Even though it has some downfalls, it's always been a fun card to play. And when you top deck this card, there's no better feeling than it either saving your life or ending the game right there. This next card is probably one of my all-time favorites, and that's Lotheb. Lotheb came out in Extremis, and he was a must-have then and he's a must-have now. I love everything about this card, from his diamond portrait, to the way he's animated, to the battle cry, and even to the animation when you play him. And for me personally, when I play him, it feels so dominating to put him down on the board, especially maybe when your opponent's about to pop off and you can at least stop him in his tracks for one turn. This card overall is just really, really good, and like I said, by far one of my favorites in the game. Next, I want to talk about Sylvanas. Now, if you've ever been to stream and you know my past with World of Warcraft, Sylvanas in the World of Warcraft universe is by far my favorite character, always has been, always will be. And just to give you an idea of how much I love Sylvanas, I didn't have either of these cards in gold, and I made them gold specifically just because they were Sylvanas. So that should give you a pretty good indication of how I feel about her. In terms of Hearthstone though, I love both her iterations. So this one here was her original. This was in the base game. I've always loved the death rattle, love the animation of the card itself, and just playing it back in the day was just a lot of fun for me personally, and used to run it in a lot of decks just cause it was Sylvanas actually. So maybe I'm a little biased, but it's whatever. And recently what they did is made another iteration of her for Murderer at Castle Nathria, which is the current expansion. And this one takes the same idea but with a twist with the new infuse mechanic. And I gotta say, I also like this version too. At a base level, you at least get to destroy a minion. But even better, if 7 of your minions die, you can take control of it instead. So I really like that it has that dual ability. It's a very fun card for me, I've played it a ton, and the art is just phenomenal as usually Hearthstone cards are. So these two Sylvanas cards, they are chef's kiss, love it. Another favorite of mine is Dr. Boom himself. This card came out in Goblins vs. Gnomes, was always a fun card to have, was in almost every deck. I know I played it a ton, and I always just had so much fun with this card. I love the animation of the 2 bots being played, loved his voice line, and those little bots could sometimes just win you the game, and it was just a lot of fun to play. The next card I want to talk about is Ragnaros the Fire Lord. Again, just like how Sylvanas was my favorite character in World of Warcraft, Ragnaros is easily my favorite villain. And just as a side note, I loved playing this both in Hearthstone, and when he came to Heroes of the Storm, that was a dream come true. And I played the ever-living shit out of him in Heroes of the Storm. But as far as Hearthstone's concerned, I've loved this card ever since its inception. And now that the fact that it's in Diamond, it's even that much sweeter. If I could fill an entire board of Ragnaros, I'd do it. Ragnaros was always just a fun card. Loved that he would deal 8 damage to a random enemy, and when this guy would just hit face and deal that last little bit of damage for lethal, it was so much fun to watch. He's always been a really fun card for me, and I think I should probably play him a little bit more. These next two are also really fun. It was both Cthulhu and Cthulhu the Shattered. I love both of these cards just for various reasons. I love memeing with Cthulhu in Wild, just building a deck that I can empower him and then play him and then maybe copy him and then replay him again. Love that this card can either end games or be your demise looking for it. So either way, it just always has been a really fun card. And if you haven't tried it, well, after this video, go make a deck and try it out. Really fun. The other version of Cthulhu is Cthulhu the Shattered, and I love everything about this card, from the animation when you start the game, all the way down to finding the 4 pieces that it breaks into to deal that 30 damage, either straight to face or just among enemies. It's always just been a really cool card, and I really like what the 4 pieces of this card does individually. So for that reason, probably another favorite of mine that I like to just play and have in decks and just have fun with. It's just an all-around good fun card. And again, I have another pair with Yogg-Saron Hope's End. It's had its controversies. It's also been a really fun card, and there's nothing I like more than running double Yogg-Saron decks and having just either the spells do something really good for you, which is, you know, probably not too often, or just absolutely destroying your side of the board and dealing that stupid pyroblast to your face instead of your opponents. Either way, always fun, and just love having it in the deck for randomness. And of course, the newer version, which is Yogg-Saron Master of Fate. After you cast 10 spells, you get the wheel, and the wheel is, well, let's just put it this way: the wheel giveth and the wheel taketh away. But either way, the card is always a lot of fun, always fun to have in the deck. Sometimes the randomness will win you the game, but more often than not, you're probably going to get diddled by it. In Hearthstone, I also like to play a lot of like disruption decks and things that will just basically screw with my opponent. And one of those cards that works really, really well is Mutinous the Devourer. This card is such a bitch. When you get hit by this, it feels like it specifically targets the one card that you're hoping that it doesn't target every single time, and it really, really sucks. But on the other hand, when you play it and you eat your opponent's crucial card, it's just so good. So another little fun card, and if you want to have double the fun, just add it with a brand and you get double eats, and it's pretty good. This next legendary is Mage and Rogue specific, but Jandice Barrow has always just been a really fun card. She will summon 2 random 5 costs, and sometimes you get some really, really good ones, and sometimes not so much. It's been a while since this card has been played, but either way, it's a fun card. Another class-specific legendary that I really, really liked playing was Shadow Jeweler Hanar, and it wasn't so much for its ability to play a secret and discover another one from a different class, but the thing that I loved about it the most was the music that it would play when you would play the card. The music is phenomenal and probably the best piece of music for me personally that I've ever found on a card in Hearthstone. So for that reason alone, just the music, this is why I love this card. And lastly, just to end off the video, there's a couple of honorable mentions that I just want to say that I personally had fun playing when they were relevant back in their meta. Nat Pagal, I don't know why I like this card, but I do. It's really, really fun. I mean, it doesn't do anything special, but I mean, you know, it's not Pagal. What more do you want? If I can stick him in a deck, I will. And I've done it before, and I'll do it again. And for my last honorable mention, it's got to be Mankrik. For whatever reason, just tickles my funny bone. I like the fact that he adds another card that when it's drawn, it'll just do random damage. I don't know, it just gives me a laugh for whatever reason. So fun little card. Haven't seen it being played in ages, but glad I give him a little bit of a spotlight too, because it has been a fun card in the past. So those are my favorite legendaries that I've loved playing throughout my time in Hearthstone, and I'd love to hear what yours are in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you want something like this again. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yada, yada, yada. Helps the YouTube algorithm, helps me out, all that good stuff. Love your faces, and I'll see you guys in the next one.